all, I want to thank the residents, my friends who've been so important in helping us to address long-standing issues of blight in this community. I want the resident leaders who are here, raise your hands so people will see you. Please raise. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you so much. Also delighted to be standing with two of our county commissioners who have been focused and involved. On my right, Commissioner Lorraine Cochran-Johnson, and on my left, Commissioner Nancy Jester. They have both been leaders in our government and on the Board of Commissioners in supporting efforts to reduce blight by increasing funding for this effort, and we are proud and appreciative of that. We are joined today by our law enforcement. The major of the Tucker precinct is here, and all our law enforcement, you see them in uniform. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you so much for helping to keep us safe. We have Alan Mitchell. Where's Alan? Come on up. He's right here. Come on up. Alan is the guy who's the leader behind this effort, so let's give Alan a round of applause. You'll hear from him later. And we have court enforcement. Where are the court enforcement? All my people.
Right here with you, sir.
All right, raise your hand. Let's give everybody. Alan, welcome you, Mr. Alan, folks. Raise your hand. Thank you so much. All of these individuals made it possible for us to come to this day. Today's demolition is a continuation of an effort to fight blight at Brannon Hill Condominiums by demolishing 56 dilapidated and neglected units. Beautifying DeKalb County and removing blight has been one of our governing authorities' major initiatives. Since 2017, we have enhanced our effort, increased our funding, and made major progress on reducing blight throughout DeKalb County, Georgia. These enhancements include increasing resources such as staffing and allocated additional funding for specific cleanup initiatives. DeKalb County's government has demolished approximately 124 units at Brannon Hills since 2017. In order to remediate blight on private property, DeKalb County must first receive a court order so that we would have permission to proceed. In 2017 and 2018, working with Commissioner Cochran-Johnson, working with Commissioner Jester and the other members of the Board of Commission, we were able to, for the first time, invest in securing additional resources in our state court by assisting them and helping to deal more with MREM issues that allow us to remediate and eliminate blight. We also increased funding to code enforcement. I see our director here, Mr. Hardy, come on up. We were able to invest in hiring 11 new code enforcement officers. Let's give them a round of applause. And for the first time in 2017, DeKalb County invested local dollars. Am I right, Mr. Mitchell?
That's correct.
Local dollars in supporting blight remediation and elimination. These are local tax dollars going for this effort. So I am excited to be here. I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to ask first Commissioner Lorraine Cochran-Johnson, then Commissioner Jester, and then Mr. Alan Mitchell to come to the podium.
Good morning, and thank you all for coming out. What's happening here today is an effort that is close to my heart. I'd like to thank the fellow commissioners. I'd like to thank Commissioner Jester for being one of those agents of change that has been dedicated to seeing us change the face of our community. To that end, as a commissioner, I am dedicated to the revival of the land bank. I'd like to thank our CEO, our code compliance officials, and everyone else who understands how important it is for us to clean our community. So thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Jester.
Thank you very much. It's very generous of you to let me speak. This is a great day in DeKalb, and I do want to commend the administration and the CEO. They came into office and focused on this issue, and so we have unity between the Board of Commissioners and the administration on this. We have dedicated resources, and like you said the first time, we're using local dollars, and we have a court system that is engaged with us, that is helping us pursue getting rid of blight in our community, because it's an economic development issue. And so I commend the administration for having the wisdom and being a partner with the Board of Commissioners, because I think that's the first time this has happened with Mr. Thurmond's administration on addressing this issue. So the commission had been dedicated to it, had sort of turned around and decided this was important, and then we got a real partner on this particular subject when Mr. Thurmond was elected. So I thank you, and I thank everyone here for all the hard work you've put in, the police, the code enforcement, everybody, Mr. Mitchell, and of course, my fellow commissioner, Lorraine. Thank you for getting on board and doing the hard work as well. So I appreciate it, and this is a great day. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Good morning. I'm Alan Mitchell, the Director for Community Development Department. In Brannon Hills, we made a decision with the help of the CEO to take a phased approach to eradicating blight in this community. So this is our third attempt being here. We call this Phase 3. In Phase 3, specifically today, we will take down the building, which is in my rear and in front of you. It's actually 20 two-bedroom condominium units. In addition, we will take the building to your right and my left, which is adjacent, and that has 20 condominiums, one-bedroom units, I might add. And also, there are two other locations that we plan to remove debris and also take up foundations. We have asbestos, albeit only less than 1% of these properties, so the activities will be viewed as using water. It's got to be wet in order to implement the protocol for taking the buildings down. So at the right, there's a parcel which has debris next to the sinkhole, and on the other side of the building that's in your back and in front of us, there's a fairly large parcel that was subject to fire years ago, which we got a court order on to include in Phase 3. So with that, that's the action. It would take approximately 2 weeks to remove all the buildings and all the debris. We have public safety, our partners here, to ensure that we have successful ingress-egress to the property and not to adversely affect any kids coming home from school. After the 2-week exercise here, we also plan to fix the sinkhole, which is to my right and your left. It's a public safety nuisance because it's about 112 feet long and about 12 feet wide. We've had a fence around it for a considerable period of time, but we've got Judge Flake, a Superior Court judge, to grant an order, and with that order, we have permission to fill the sinkhole. So with that accomplishment, we'll be able to avail public safety to the individuals in the area. Our fire trucks will have a chance to be able to cover the properties in the back of the property. Today, they cannot access those properties because of the size of our fire trucks, and there's a sinkhole. So by doing this, we view this as being an urgent need. So we look forward to taking care of that. And with the help of the community and the judge, we're excited that we've given permission to do that. So overall, we're happy to be here, and we will be here until the duration of the project. And I'm going to turn it back over to the CEO, Michael Thurmond. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Alan. Great job. I want to hear, come on, my friend, on behalf of the Brannon Hills community and the residents, I was talking to one of our journalists here today, and sometimes underappreciated is the fact that families here are law-abiding. They love their families, they love their children, they love this neighborhood. And they have been fighting for years before the politicians got involved to bring attention to some of the issues, and we have been really blessed by having the partnership of this man and the leaders standing with us today. So please.
Hi, how are you, everybody? Thank you, the DeKalb County Government, especially Mike Thurmond and the other commissioners, Larry Johnson, Nancy Jester, and our Steve Bradshaw commissioner, his assistant is in here, so that we are appreciating your time and your efforts, and you are cleaning the second phase of the 40 units, 40 vacant units, and the 16 burning units, and fixing the sinkhole, and that is very good to us for our community. And we are appreciating the other organizations like Pastor Churches, Atlanta and Vision, and the other, everybody who is supporting to us. We are appreciating your time. God bless America. Thank you. And have a good day.
God bless you. God bless you. It was mentioned we do have a representative from the Clarkston City Government. Where's the City Councilman? Councilman, come on up and say a few words. Yes.
This is really great. My name is Awad Iyasu. I'm a council member here in Clarkston. And this place is called Clarkston, even though it's outside the city limit. And everything that we really are very thankful for all the work that the commission is doing, and also our great CEO is doing, and all the organizations, both governmental and nonprofit organizations that are coming here and helping out this community. This community, as the CEO correctly called, most of the people are here are law-abiding and tax-paying citizens, and they really could use all the help getting rid of the blight. And I believe this is going to be an ongoing relationship. And here, from the point of view of the city of Clarkston, we're really happy to see our community neighbors getting the help that they really need and use. And I'm also very thankful for the law enforcement. I know despite all the hardship that they're also keeping us safe here. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Councilman. We do have a church, come on, Pastor, who's the next door neighbor, and they have been phenomenal in investing not just the faith and the spirit, but also their works in the supporting the people, and not just here at Brannon Hills, but all throughout this community. The pastor's here. Pastor, please, would you please share with us some words of thought and wisdom as we go forward?
I think that this is just such a unique opportunity for us to gather together people from all different cultures and work towards improving and bettering the lives of the people in our community, and that's what we're all about. Being good neighbors, and this is a place where good neighboring happens all the time, and if you haven't seen it and been a part of it, you need to come out to Clarkston Stone Mountain and meet the people and journey with the people. People from all walks and faiths, the Muslim community, the Christian community, all living together, working together, and sharing a vision for people living into their full potential as human beings. And it's just, this is a place full of potential, and it's wonderful to have the county supporting us and helping people live and do everything that they were created to do. So I thank you all for your work. And Nancy, it's good to see you again.
Great to see you.
Maybe a benediction. Since we got the pastor here,
Yes,
and if you will, Pastor, we would really be honored if you would share with us.
Well, let us pray as we're comfortable and as we understand God, because I think that we have to acknowledge that God reveals God's self to us in different ways. And so I pray in the name of the love of God that is showered on all of us. So if we could all join together and pray in our hearts, however we're comfortable. God of love, you pour out your spirit in us. You give us gifts and talents. You give us inspiration. You fill us with life. And we thank you for the opportunity to see everyone living into their full potential as creatures of your creation. You have blessed us and given us ideas and excitement, and we've come together to fulfill that opportunity to live into the potential that we all have, to love one another just the way we are, to recognize the beauty in each and every one of us in this neighborhood, and to say that whether you have $1 million or 50 cents, to say whether you're a longtime resident of DeKalb County, I was born here, or you just got here from Somalia, that you are welcomed, you are loved, and that this is a place where you can flourish. And my hope for this community is that it becomes a place of flourishing for all of us. In the name and power of God's love, I pray.
Amen. Thank you all so much, and thank you for being here. Thank you to my colleagues who work every day in DeKalb County Government to improve the quality of life for all of our citizens. I'm here today, the media is here today, but the reality is that the 7,000 men and women who work for the DeKalb County Government in code enforcement, law enforcement, planning, and all the other agencies, they're out here on a day-by-day basis with no media coverage, without the CEO, doing everything within their power to improve the quality of life for all of our citizens, all of our residents and citizens. And the pastor said it best. Ultimately, we will judge the quality of life in DeKalb, not by how those who live at the top exist, but ultimately we'll be judged by the quality of life of those who are in their advanced ages, who may be newly arrived on these shores, who may not have any money in their pockets. That will define not just this administration, but it's going to define who and what DeKalb County will be and shall be now and in the future. So I thank God for you all being here. I thank God for the friendship. And I am convinced now that DeKalb is rising and our best days have yet to come. Thank you.